Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and we are going to fight the third Elite Four member. She is primarily a Ghost-type trainer, however, considering that the first gen only had Ghastly, Gengar, and Haunter as Ghost-type choices, and Johto only added in Mischievous, we're not going to have to deal with a whole lot. Now, I put Dugtrio up front, thinking that she was going to start off with an Arbok, because the first time we fought her, because there was so little ghost types, she also had an Arbok and a Golbat, so she could possibly be considered a poison type Elite Four member, because the Ghastly, Gengar, Haunter, not in that order, line, has poison as a subtype. However, she instead put out Gengar, which I'm incredibly sure has Levitate as its ability. Pretty sure it doesn't have a second ability yet, and if so, well, she probably has Levitate. So, once again, Flareon falling asleep on the job. This is like the 5th time that he does this, and it's about to faint. So, well, it died, or fainted, so there we go. At least it went down sleeping. So it's not like it really felt the pain, I guess, especially since it was able to sleep through all that. However, because Gengar is part Psychic type, or part Poison type, my bad, we will be using some Psychics and falling asleep. So, yay for that. Of course, Slowbro being so slow, we kind of had to expect this. And if I use a full heal, she's probably just going to put it to sleep again. So, oh joy for that. And also, Slowbro is weak to Ghost-type attacks. Now luckily, Gengar's physical attack isn't so high, and for whatever reason she didn't go for the Hypnosis a second time, which is good. However, I'm about to faint, but hopefully we can get a Psychic through and faint the Gengar. Well, maybe... okay, it was close. Okay, we do not get a special defense drop either. So I'm going to use the turn that she's going to heal to set up again and get one Calm Mind up. Unfortunately, that will not increase his defenses against Shadow Ball, since Ghost is physical this generation. But we still do get the special attack boost. However, unfortunately, even if she attacks again, we will go down, so we're going to need to heal up with our very last high potion, but heal up a full 162 health. We should be able to survive another 2 of these unless she gets a critical. But yeah, about 86, so we could survive one more. Hypnosis luckily misses. And it's time to pretty much sweep, again, with Slowbro, just like the last time we fought the Elite Four. So there goes Gengar, and up next... well, she only has one Pokemon that isn't part Poison type. She's also bringing in a Crobat, her Golbat evolved. So it's going to be extremely fast, probably going to attempt to confuse, or not, just use another Shadow Ball, which doesn't even have Stab. Granted, she is the Ghost Lady, so she would probably have Ghost-type moves in all of her Pokemon. Probably would have been better to go for the Supersonic or Confuse Ray, or whichever one is more accurate, and hope for hacks. Or even go for this, Flying really doesn't have a very good attack yet, until, like, 5th gen. So, never mind. Next up, we have our Arbok, which is what Dugtrio was supposed to face, but Dugtrio is kind of dead. Luckily, I have a crap ton of max potions. Honestly, I could have bought a lot more high potions and it would have been cheaper, and only Slowbro really has 200 HP. But oh well, I still have a whole bunch of high potions and it should be enough. She is going for the double team, so she's an evasion noob, and evasion is honestly one of the most annoying things in this game. Basically, they make it impossible to hit their Pokemon, and they will survive forever and just use really powerful moves against you afterwards, not without a worry in the world. But there we go, Slowbro getting yet another level because of his sweeping ability. But honestly, he deserves it. I mean, he's taking down pretty much everything. He's tanking and destroying. Also, level 70 Gengar. Holy crap. We really have our work cut out for us now. And I believe that this one, yes, has all of the elements with it. It has Thunderbolt, which luckily doesn't have Stab. Shadow Ball Probably wouldn't have done that much actually, because Gengar's physical attack stat isn't nearly as high. And I'm pretty sure this is the end for Slowbro. If we had set up more Calm Minds, he would have more special defense. But considering that even with one Calm Mind, so one boost of special defense, and it did 120, this thing is extremely powerful. So it's time to bring out my Pikachu, which is honestly my weakest. Hopefully the Thunder will go through this time, and it does. It isn't super effective, but it does get Stab. And that didn't do a whole lot, actually. Wow. Awkward. He's using Psychic instead, weirdly. Honestly, with Gengar's typing, both of the stab moves are physical, so it should probably be going a more physical route, but at least in this generation. But its physical stat itself is really not that great. So instead, meh, whatever. Getting the Paralysis, which is good because Thunder Bolt, which is the one that it has, Thunderbolt, not Thunder. Okay, Waterfall does a little bit more, and the Paralysis does not work this time, probably going to faint. Got really close to fainting, she's probably going to heal up as well. Oh, fantastic, the Paralysis is even gone as well. That is great, so now it's going to be faster than all of my Pokemon again. And just bad timings. Yep, it's going to Shadow Ball, so it does still have Shadow Ball for stab, but not for its special attack, but still Shadow Ball is a pretty good move. Okay, Dugtrio for real this time. Probably has, what's it called, Levitate as its ability, so I'm going to use Rock Slide because normal type attacks won't affect it either, and Rock Slide is really the only thing that Dugtrio has for it. And let's hope for a flinch, because Rock Slide can in fact flinch. Nope, okay. Dugtrio, you're kinda going down, sorry about that. But hey, you were actually faster than the level 70 Gengar. That's pretty good. And also, Hitmonlee, pretty sure all of his attacks are either fighting or normal type. He really doesn't have a lot of diversity going with him. A lot of my Pokemon honestly don't have a lot of diversity going, which is bad. So let's go ahead and revive Dugtrio, because he was actually faster than the Gengar. So if I were to die to this Psychic, and send out the Dugtrio, I would get the Rock Slide off and faint the Gengar, which is what I'm hoping for. And then I can be winning. Or at least in better shape, because this Gengar, my god, it is the most powerful Pokemon on her team, and it is really showing it. Okay. Let's go Dugtrio, last ditch effort. Hopefully the Rock Slide will connect and will do damage. And I didn't accidentally use Slash, that is very good. Oh, so many times I've accidentally clicked the wrong move in my haste. And she has one last Pokemon, which is Mischievous. So she does have the new Ghost-type Pokemon. This Ghost-type does not have Poison as its subtype, it is a straight-up Ghost. And let's just hope for flinch hacks and stuff, cause really, I'm hoping to not have to heal anymore, and so far so good. I'm sure this thing has like Perish Song and stuff like that, but Mischievous honestly isn't that great of a Pokemon, and to just end off all of that hacks, we have a critical hit to end it off, and a faint. So there we go, there goes Agatha, and that is the third Elite Four member done. That took a lot longer than the other two. Okay. And so, let's go ahead, heal up off screen, because it took forever. There we go, everybody's back up fully healthy, and we are putting Pikachu up front. I will say why in a second. But first we have the rather long walk over to the 4th room of the Elite Four. Lance! Hello, you lead the Elite Four, you are the only dragon trainer in the game. Even though, really, dragons, there's only Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite in the 1st generation, and then Kingdra. I think Kingdra is the only dragon they added in the 2nd gen. I feel like they might have added one more, but I don't remember it. But yeah, I think Gyarados was supposed to be a dragon type like Water Dragon, but because Dragon only had Dragon Rage as a move in 1st gen, which does a set 40 damage, it would not be good. Basically, Water Dragon typing would have no weakness. So, yeah, they decided to go water flying instead, so he's 4 times weak to electric, and so Pikachu can take him down in one hit, especially since Thunder hit. Okay, next up, Aerodactyl is a rock flying, and I feel as though, mainly because Lance has one, that Aerodactyl was supposed to be a rock dragon type, but they decided against it, mainly maybe for the same reason. I mean, I can't think of anything that rock dragon would have as a weakness. I mean, ice maybe, but rock is super effective on ice. So I don't know, either way I was hoping that Pikachu would get in a hit, but he kinda didn't, but he did get static paralysis, so he did good. And now he's almost dead, one more Surf will take him out, and Slowbro's actually faster than him now that he's paralyzed. That is fantastic. Okay. Just kind of absorbing that fact, I guess. Okay, there we go. Next up we have Dragonite. He has several Dragonite now. I believe before he had a Dragonair, but now they're all Dragonites. So that's fantastic. We're going to bring out our Ice type and hopefully sweep. Because as a Dragon Flying type, he is quad weak to Ice. However, of course, he has Thunderbolt, and probably Surf, and probably some Fire type attack as well, and Outrage. Dragon in this generation counts as special. So, although Dragonite is a more physical Pokemon, it is still deadly in its own right, and we are going to be healing a lot in order to take this thing down. Oh boy, we're in it for the long run here, because this Dragonite, first off, level 72, 12 levels higher than Dugong, probably EV trained as well, maybe even IVs and Nature as well, I don't know. So I don't think anybody has really gone into look if they're fully EV trained or not. But even if not, it is still extremely powerful. Look at that damage. So, and Dugong is just barely not strong enough to take down that Dragonite. I mean, the first time it brought it down to like half of what it has now. So I'm thinking if it were like 5 levels higher, it probably could have fainted, especially if it were EV trained. Heck, if my Pokemon were EV trained, they could definitely do it. Make it at this point, but they really weren't, because I didn't care to do that. So yeah, they're not going to be doing as well as they possibly could. But really now, it's just become a game of heal and take the hit, and heal and take the hit, until they eventually run out of Thunderbolt uses, but then I thought, oh wait a minute, Dug Trio, ground types, absorb lightning. But apparently, he saw that coming or something. And so he set up the Outrage, and luckily my guy's faster, so I set up the Rock Slide, hoping to KO. It doesn't, and he just continues right on Outraging. Of course! That is fantastic, and he got a useless critical hit as well. Oh boy. Honestly, I think that the game, like, reads what you're going to do, and they do something in response to that. Now, luckily, he's going to become confused. However, he has a Lumberry on his, or a Person Berry, to cut him out of confusion. And then, Hyper Beam, why not? My god, this Dragonite. And Hyper Beam's an actual physical move. Normal is physical in this generation. So that was using all of Dragonite's power except for the lack of stab, but still, it was incredibly powerful nonetheless. But now Dragonite must recharge. He made his mistake with his Dragonite, and although he took down half my team with it, it is now gone, and by half I mean a third of my team, because Pikachu was taken down by Aerodactyl. Okay, so that's one Dragonite down, let's go fight another! Yeah, I'm not sure whether this one is the weaker one or the stronger one. I feel as though it's stronger. Nope, it's way weaker. Holy crap, 66, the other one was 72. This one should be a whole lot easier. But let's go ahead, heal up Dugong. It could probably actually take it down in one hit. Dragon Claw, that is still special, despite it being attacking with claws. Yeah, Dragon is special this generation. So, Slowbro with its higher special defense will win, hopefully. Although, why did I use Strength? Why am I not using Psychic? I think I might have ran out of Psychic when attacking with, when fighting with Agatha, and Bruno, for that matter. I feel like they used all of my Psychics, otherwise I definitely would have used a Psychic. Okay, Earthquake, very powerful, physical move. For whatever reason, I always think that Ice is weak to ground, however it's actually weak to rock. So really don't have to worry about a lot for that. Dugong, one-hit KOing that Dragonite after a little bit of help from Slowbro. And now, we get to Kingdra. I hate Kingdra so freaking much. Like I said earlier, they didn't want to make Gyarados a water dragon type. Most likely, if they wanted to in the first place, because if he were a water dragon type, his only weakness would be dragon. Guess who doesn't have a single dragon type move in their roster? Me. So, this guy has no weakness base as far as I'm concerned. And now I'm down to just Hitmonlee. And he's going to do so much. Basically, he's my last-ditch guy to heal whenever necessary. And he has Hyper Beam and Dragon Dance, which will make Hyper Beam even more powerful, and he will become faster even than Dugtrio, so we can get Hyper Beam out first, and Dugtrio can't take a hit worth crap, so I can't even use Dugtrio, and just everything will die in one hit practically to the sky. So, I really am not going to do fantastic against this Kingdra. Kingdra is one of the most powerful Pokemon in this game as far as I'm concerned. Its lack of weaknesses, its very good stats, the fact that it's Dragon of all things, Dragon Dance with Hyper Beam, it's just overly powerful. So I have to rely on really powerful moves like Thunder, and using that whole Hyper Beam, you can't get hit. You can't attack next turn, the whole must recharge thing. Okay, so we got a critical hit last time. That did a ton. Hopefully this will be just enough, and of course not. Luckily, we did get the Paralysis on, and he also has Ice Beam for coverage. I'm pretty sure he also has Surf as well. Just to get a stab move in there. But yeah, we are... Man, I hope he doesn't heal this thing. Dang it! Okay, so... we now have a fully healed, not even paralyzed Kingdra here. Ready to use Hyper Beam at the tip of a hat. Ready to feint me. But we get the freeze. And I was laughing so hard when this originally happened. It was fantastic. And I swear, if I didn't get the freeze off, I most likely would not have won this battle. Pure hacks, pure luck. Now I'm just hoping that freeze will last the entire time. And just in case, I have Pikachu in the ranks fully, at least ready to finish up the job. If Dugong doesn't KO here, he unfreezes, he uses a Hyper Beam, but then he will have to recharge next turn, and I can get a Thunder off, hopefully. And even a Thunderbolt could KO him now. But he is eternally frozen, and he goes down. Screw you, Kingdra. You're done. And with that, we've beaten Elite Four Lance. And now, we just have the champion. Oh boy, if it were that challenging to defeat this guy, Levere is going to kick my butt.